Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Femboy Fishing. So today we are out here at another one of the local creeks that I sometimes like to go to, and we're going to be catfishing today. Well, I say catfishing, but we're really going to be fishing for anything that's in here, but I have a catfish pole that I set up, and I'll talk more about that in just a sec. I figured it'd be kind of funny for us to go catfishing dressed as a catboy. So I am dressed as Felix Argyle. Hopefully we'll catch some really cool fish here today, guys. So this is one of the bigger streams that I sometimes go fishing at. This stream is kind of known for producing a lot of channel catfish and also a lot of big smallmouth. I haven't really seen any catfish in here today, but usually they hide deeper under those rocks. Last time I came to this spot, I brought my catfish pole with me because I'd heard there was catfish up here, and I caught a little channel catfish right in there. So right next to Ruster there, I have my catfish pole set up. I built this little stand for it, which is right against this little log. On this catfish pole, I have a bit of a Carolina rig sort of set up here. So I have a weight with a swivel and then a big catfish hook that's on it right there. Basically what we do is I'm going to put a night crawler on here and we're going to cast it out. And that weight sits on the bottom and lets the hook kind of drift up in the current. And then that's when the channel catfish hiding on the bottom kind of come out and grab it. I brought my 5-weight fly rod again. I figure we'll fly fish on the side. I'll have our catfish pole set up right there, and hopefully we'll catch some really cool fish here today, guys. So I've got some night crawlers in here. I just bought them before I came here, so they're pretty fresh. And we're gonna go ahead and put these on the catfish pole. I don't know if you guys can see right there. I've got a big juicy night crawler on there. Here we go. Oh, something took it. Ooh, that feels big. Oh, it's a smallmouth. That took almost no time at all. That's a nice smallie. This is probably one of the biggest bass I've ever caught on a worm and a hook, which I don't usually bass fish with a worm and a hook. I usually use lures or flies, but that is a nice smallie. Man, he is cool. All right, thanks for letting me catch you, little smallmouth, or big smallmouth, I should say. I'll see you later. So I have it sitting out there in the current. Let's go grab my fly rod and chuck that around a little bit. We'll just let that sit. So I've still got that same little brown woolly bugger I'm using. So we're just gonna start with that. So I decided to switch to this little jig, kind of panfish jig bugger thing that I tied. This is mostly for long ears and smaller bass, which is most of what I'm seeing in the shallows. It's really hard to get out deep with this 5-weight. I don't have a sink tip or anything that would make the line really sink down super heavy, so. So something I didn't really mention in the video so far is that this stream is sometimes popular with floaters. Around this time of year, upstream this far, there usually isn't very many of them, but the spot right by where I parked, there was some canoes that were set up and they're out. There wasn't any people around them, but there's also a couple fire pit rings around. People definitely use this area other than just us here. So it's just to say, there may be a chance that given how I'm dressed up right now, we may have to run into the woods if we come across people. Not that I'm particularly scared that anybody's gonna hurt us, but you know, it'd be a very awkward encounter to have somebody see Felix Argyle fishing for catfish out in the woods in the middle of Missouri, so. Somebody coming. There's people coming, there's people coming. Ruster, get up here. Ruster, come here. Ruster, come here. Stay with me. There's some people floating up there. They're coming by. Oh, my heart is pounding. Okay, I've been sitting here for like... Ruster, stay with me. Stay with me. I've been sitting here for the last 20 minutes, I think. I had to run out and grab my stuff. I went back and grabbed it, so they did kind of see me, but I tried to do it as quick as possible. I'm waiting for them to float down to the next pool. And then we'll probably go back out there and continue fishing. You guys may be wondering, why do I even bother to fish here if I'm so worried about running into floaters or other people? But the reason for that is, for one thing, this is the only spot that I've ever really caught a channel catfish since I've moved here. because a lot of the streams I fish usually don't have very many of them, if not at all. Usually there isn't hardly anybody that floats this part of the stream. Because last time I was here, I was out here for like 6 hours, and I didn't come across a single floater. Now, I wasn't dressed like this, but I was just dressed in like guy clothes. But so I think the coast is clear. I think we can probably look at getting out of here. Oh my goodness. We'll fish this spot a little bit more. I'm seeing some smallmouth that have kind of come back since I was here, so we'll try to see if maybe we can catch a few of those, and then we might move to another pool or something. Something has it. Yeah, there's definitely a fish on there. What kind of fish is it, though? Oh, it's another smallmouth. Oh, there's a lot of smallmouth out there. This is another nice-sized one. That's another really nice-sized smallmouth on the catfish pole. Look at that. Ah! No! Okay, there goes the smallmouth. I guess they really are escape artists, because I went to hold them up and then I dropped them. Fell on the ground, jumped again, then he went in the water. Tell you what, if we're going to catch so many smallies today, which is something we were trying to do in the Astolfo episode, if you guys remember that 2 episodes ago, why don't we head maybe a little upstream? Last time I was here, I remember that big riffle up there had a ton of smallies in it. So from what I remember, there's one pool up here that I remember seeing. It's a big kind of deep pool, the heavy riffle over it. There is a huge drop off right here. If there was going to be a catfish anywhere in this creek, I'd imagine there'd be one right here. So I'm just going to try kind of lowering it in there gently as I can. There we go. Did we get anything right here? Oh, something's taking it. Something took it. I don't know what it was, but something took it. Oh, it's another smallmouth. I think it's funny we're catching nothing but smallmouth today. We come out here for catfish and we catch nothing but smallmouth. He's a bit of a smaller smallmouth. Not a super huge one, but still a pretty one nonetheless. All right, little smallmouth. I'll see you later. Let's see if we can get one more of those out of this hole. And then maybe we'll move up and try out that other creek that comes in right there. Got something. Oh, wait. Dang it. I went to set the hook on a fish and... Oh! Okay, there we go. It's a long ear. A long ear took it. From way down there. A really small long ear, too. I kind of wish I wouldn't catch a long ear that small and such a big hook, but it's a pretty little long ear sunfish. I was surprised it kind of took us this long to get one, but... Because I was fishing flies for these guys earlier and I was seeing a bunch of them around, but I guess they've just been a little bit more picky than normal today. Thanks for letting me catch you, little long ear. I'll see you later. Okay, so as I mentioned, right there, another creek comes in and feeds this creek. It actually doubles the size of this stream and makes it more like a river. I figure, I haven't ever been up there before. Why not try it out? I can't imagine there'd be floaters on this stream compared to the main stream, so... Okay, so fortunately, there's some decent fish in this creek. There's some big smallies I'm actually seeing right in front of me, just under this big fallen over log. And because this creek is significantly shallower, I might actually switch to fly fishing. So I decided to switch to this really small yellow red hot spot bugger. It's like a size 12, I think. So it's much smaller than the last one. I don't prefer to use the color yellow, but if they're going after the red hot spot part of it, and I think that might just get us a fish. Oh, got something. I think it's a long ear sunfish. It feels like it. It is. I figured, because they were all going after that red hotspot bugger. It's a little long ear. Look at him. It's another cool little long ear. I don't know if you guys can see him or not, but thanks for letting me catch you, little sunfish. I'll see you later. I think we're going to go to one more spot and then call the episode off. I'm kind of curious because I've never been up through this creek before. And I looked up ahead and it looks like there's a really big bluff up there. So this particular bedrock bluff is a really nice looking spot. I have a feeling if there's going to be a big smallie in this creek anywhere, it's probably going to be right here. Got something? Oh, it's a baby smallmouth. Like a baby smallmouth. You are tiny. It's a baby smallmouth. Oh, there he goes. He fell in the water. Okay then. All right, I think the fish have kind of stopped biting in this creek, which I don't really mind it. I'm kind of getting tired, so I think we'll go ahead and call the episode off there. Thank you all so much for watching another episode of Femboy Fishing. I'm pretty happy with what we caught today. Even though we had some issues with some canoers coming through and floating through our fishing spot, I don't think it was that big of a deal. I think it turned out okay. As always, be sure to leave any comments or any suggestions. Anything else that you might want to say. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.
You can always have me.
Well, hey, I didn't know the Knights had hot cat girls, too.
Actually, I'm a
Fisherman.